This is from Peter Payne 2219. Very good question. I've never actually fielded this one before. So the question is, I've been running a business with my wife for 30 years. We keep trying to force ourselves to close it down. What the hell do you do about your parents? We're taking care of my wife's mother who has dementia, and it's really adding stress to our overall plan. So there's kind of two questions within this. Trying to force ourselves to close down a business. That's interesting and worth maybe a minute. So I'll share on that. And then the separate thread of the question is, what do you do about your parents or elder dependents who you suddenly inherit as someone who is about to retire? So let me do the business one real quickly. Obviously, this is, I don't know any of your details or context, and this is not advice, but running a business and trying to force ourselves to close it down. I mean, a business is like a baby. There's a lot of emotion and psychology invested in it. Closing it down can be messy too. There's a lot of uncertainty in closing down a business. There's threads that need to get cut. It's actually very complicated. I know this. I had a gym business that was a physical retail space. I closed that business down 5.5 or 6 years ago with my wife. And wow, there was so much uncertainty around, did I do it right? What did I miss? Did I miss stuff with the state, with the city, the municipality? And the answer is yes, I did. And I'm not telling you that's the only reason that it's hard to do it, but that is an interesting element to consider. I would wonder, why you're saying we're trying to force ourselves to close it down as well. Like, what is that actual internal battle that you're facing? And so if you see this video, maybe you can add some notes here. And again, I can't give you advice through a video, but I can talk theoretically. And maybe if my educational ramblings are of any help, it would be useful to you. So, but now let's go to your main question. How should caring for an aging parent with dementia change a couple's retirement timing and spending plan? Yeah, it's very tough. Admittedly, this is one of those, what I would call contingency variables where you might want to play it out. It's a very difficult position to be in because I think this type of thing happens in two ways. There's a neat way and there's a disorganized way. Most of the time, unfortunately, it happens in the disorganized way, which is aging parents don't talk to their kids about their finances or their end-of-life care or their details. But what they do is they leave their kids with power of attorney and healthcare and medical directives. And then the kids have all this responsibility with no understanding of the financial situation, and they just inherit this huge mess. So the first element here is this is a really good lesson, I think, for all of us to take away, which is if you're aging, even if you're in your 60s and healthy, it is totally worth it to have a conversation with your kids and to make a plan about your expectations for yourself and your care. If you were to need a power of attorney or someone to make decisions for you or help you with your care and your activities of daily living, even more so if you don't have the finances in place to support it. So it's important both ways, but it's even more important if you don't have the finances in place. Now, I don't know exactly what situation you're in here, but my sense of this is that if it's really adding stress to our overall plan, it probably has a negative financial element because you've inherited the financial burden because your parents, and no judgment to them, because your parents or the aging parents either did not prepare or ran out of funds, and those things happen. And then if we have a concern, I would basically say I'm a conservative person by nature. Again, not advice, but education and way to think through it. If my parents had not talked to me about their financial situation as it relates to their end of life care and their aging care, I would just assume that I would need to take care of it and run that as a permutation in my financial plan and just say, what is the most I can safely support as it relates to that case? My vision of this is like being in an airplane and putting on they give you that oxygen mask analogy. It's like you're in your 60s and your parents in their late 80s or mid 80s. I mean, in your 60s, you have a lot of life to live and a lot of runway and a lot of risk, a lot more risk actually, because you have 20 or 30 years of life and all the unexpected uncertainties that come with that. And so putting on your oxygen mask first is actually really the most important thing. It feels a bit heartless to say, but it is hard and maybe sometimes impossible to provide the best care for aging parents if it will destroy your financial situation. And we might just have to accept that trade-off, unfortunate as it is. I think the solution to that is better planning on both sides. So, like I said, I think this question is more of a lesson to all of us preparing for retirement, which is prepare and have more direct and honest conversations with kids. Now, you don't have to expose all your personal finances, but expose whether you have a plan in place, what the parameters of that specific to aging care, what that plan looks like. Because I think it actually is, in my opinion, quite disrespectful and quite dishonest to leave your kids with no expectation setting, and then they inherit this huge issue. And I've seen this firsthand with members of my family. And again, I'm not judging it, but it is hard, but it is something that is foreseeable and plannable. And if we avoid it, we're doing our children a huge disservice. We're creating huge elements of friction potentially between siblings, stress between spouses. I mean, it has all sorts of knock-on effects. So that's the best I could say here. I wish I had more I could add, but at the moment, that's the best I could do. But I feel for you, and thank you for the support, Peter Payne 2219. Real quick, let me show you the exact 3-pillar comprehensive retirement roadmap that takes retirees from uncertainty to peace of mind that less than 1% of retirees actually have in place. Now, I've built hundreds of these for retirees, and I can say with a high degree of confidence that these are the 3 pillars every retiree needs to have in place in order to have full confidence that they're not missing anything in their retirement plan. And I broke each of these down by the specific questions. You can see them here that each needs to be answered and the best way to answer them. Now, we've done this across pre-retirees, recent retirees, married couples, single retirees, $1 million portfolios, $10 million portfolios, all the above, and it works. And it's my gift to you today. It's absolutely free. It's in the first link in the description below this video. It's going to say free comprehensive retirement roadmap training. Just click the link, enter your info, and you'll get instant access all for free.